Good morning, boys and girls. Our stories today at Storytime are going to be Valentine story time. So this will be in your craft kit. This is a little chicken that you are going to make. It's in heart shape, and then you have his orange feet and his beak, and then his little wings, and then his little there. And then inside you will also get your activity will be matching the colors of your heart plus counting. So you have a blue heart here, so you want to look for the other blue heart. And here it is. And see if it will go together. And look, it does. So you're supposed to have 12 dots. So what you need to do is count your dots and make sure there's 12 there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is your blue one that goes with your numbers. So you have 12 circles. Okay? So that is your activity. You will have 4 different ones to match up. So see how well you can match them up and how well you count. Okay. And this will be in your kit that you take home with you at Storytime, or if you can't come to Storytime, you can come into the library and in the children's area, and the table as you come in to the left will have a kit on it. These will be out at 9:30 Tuesday morning. Okay? There. All right. Our first story is Click, Clack, Moo, I Love You. It's Valentine's Day on the farm, but there is work to be done before the big dance. To keep the pigs healthy, Farmer Brown cleans the pig pen. To keep the donkey happy, Farmer Brown stocks the stable. To keep the animals safe from the fox and the raccoon, Farmer Brown mends the fence. Little Duck worked hard too. She tied balloons to everything. She hung streamers from everything. She strung sparkling lights between everything. She made hearts out of anything she could find. When Little Duck was finished, there was paint on her face, glitter in her wings, and Valentine for everyone. That evening, Little Duck greeted each guest at the door. The chickens arrived first. Little Duck handed each chicken a Valentine. The chickens handed her a casserole. The pigs arrived next. Quack, 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 quack. Little Duck handed each pig a Valentine. The pigs handed her chips and salsa. So everybody that's coming is bringing a snack. The sheep arrived fashionably late. Quack, quack, quack. She handed each sheep a Valentine. The sheep headed right for the chips and salsa. The cows had more formal affair and were out for the evening. Join us for the second annual Divine Bovine Ball. Formal attire, please. That's what the cows are going to. When the music came on, the chickens danced with the chickens. The pigs danced with the pigs. The sheep danced with the sheep. And the mice danced the hustle. On the other side of the fence at the top of the hill, a little fox heard the music. She perked up her ears and called, "Yip, yip, 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 yip." Nobody answered, but there were streamers in the trees. Little fox climbed down the hill and she called out, "Yip, yip, yip, yip." But again, nobody answered. But there were balloons to lead the way. Little fox trotted down to the fence. She called, "Yip, yip, yip, yip." Nobody still answered, but there was a trail of hearts to follow. So Little Fox dug a hole. Little Fox arrived at the barn covered in streamers and glitters. She called, yip, 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 yip. The chickens stopped dancing, the sheep stopped dancing, the pigs stopped dancing. The mice hustled right on out into the hay. Little Fox called again, yip, 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 yip. Little Duck was not scared. She greeted the new guest. Quack, 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 and she handed Little Fox the last Valentine. Little Fox handed her a Valentine right back. Yip, yip, quack, quack. Duck turned the music up and yip, quack, yip, quack, quack. The chickens danced with the sheep, the pigs danced with the chickens, and the mice kept right on hustling. Everybody danced with everybody until the cows came home. And look who the donkey danced with, the farmer. So I think everybody had a good time. Okay. Our next one is Luann Pig in the Mysterious Valentine. On February the 14th, Luann looked in her mailbox and found the most beautiful Valentine she had ever seen. And it was addressed to her. Be mine from your secret admirer. Luann raced inside. Look what I got, she screamed. A Valentine from my secret admirer. I wonder who it's from. Eat your pancakes, said her dad. On the way to school, Luann showed her Valentine to Harriet. Wow, said Harriet. That's the biggest Valentine I've ever seen. Do you know who sent it? Well, I know one thing about him, said Luann. He has a green pen. Look at the signature. All through her math lesson, Luann thought about her Valentine. All through her geography lesson, she thought about the green pen. By the time her art lesson began, Luann was determined to track down her secret admirer. Maybe it's George, she thought, so she peered over his shoulder. There was a blue pen on his desk and a red pen and 3 chewed-up pencils, but there was no green pen. Hey, potato breast, said George. Quit breathing on me. Sorry, Luann mumbled. She was glad it wasn't George. What do you think you're doing? Yelled Arnie from the doorway. I needed a green pen, said Luann. A likely story, said Arnie. You're probably looking for my candy bar. He grabbed the candy bar and marched out. I'm glad you're not my secret admirer, Luann thought to herself. At lunchtime, Luann checked Doug's pocket. No green pen. That was just as well, she thought. Because look, he poured milk on her. She checked Harold's book bag. There was no green pen there either. That was a relief, because look, Harold dumped books on her. They're not very nice, aren't they? After school, she asked Big Mike if he had a green pen. No way, Pig, he shouted at her. What is it you're anyway? Phew, Luann sighed as she made the escape. I sure am glad it wasn't Big Mike. On her way home, Luann stopped at the card shop. Excuse me, sir, she said to the clerk. You don't happen to remember who bought this Valentine, do you? I sure do, said the clerk. He was a big fellow with a curly tail. Do you remember his name, Luann said excitedly. Sorry, said the clerk. He never mentioned his name. Luann thought about the clerk's description all the way home. The trouble was, she didn't know any big fellas with curly tails. I give up, she told her dad. I can't figure out who sent me this Valentine. All I can figure out is who I am glad didn't send it. I guess it's just meant to be a mystery, said her dad. I guess so, said Luann. I wonder if I'll get one next year. Who do you think sent Luann? Do you think it could be your dad?
Maybe.
I believe it maybe too. You think about that and see. All right. Let's do old Macdonald before we do our last story, okay? We'll get our animals out of here. Okay, you ready? Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here moo, there moo, everywhere moo-moo. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a chick, E-I-E-I-O, with a chick here and a chick there, here chick, there chick, everywhere chick. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a horse, E-I-E-I-O, with the neigh here and a neigh there, here neigh, there neigh, everywhere neigh. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with a oink oink here and a oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. All right, now let's do our last story here, and it's Olivia and the Perfect Valentine. All right, let's see what kind of Valentine Olivia gets. Valentine was one of Olivia's favorite holidays, and it was just around the corner. What's so great about Valentine's Day? Asked her brother. Well, it's the day of the year when everything is my favorite color, which is red. Olivia replied, and when there are hearts and lace and pretty things everywhere, you look. Yuck, said Ian, her brother. The only kind of hearts I like are heart-shaped candies. This year, Libby decided to make her own Valentine cards. She had a stack of red paper, white paper doilies, and lots of crayons. See, William, Olivia told her baby brother, this is how you make a paper heart. Okay. First, you fold the paper in half. Then you take a crayon and draw half of a heart. Next, you cut along the crayon line and unfold the paper. And then there is your heart. After cutting a bunch of hearts for Valentine's, Olivia made a list of everyone she wanted to make one for. When she got to Ian's name, she put down her crayon. He said he doesn't like hearts, so I don't want to make him a regular Valentine, Olivia told William. Thump, thump, thump. Olivia could hear Ian kicking the soccer ball around the backyard. That's it, Olivia said. He loves soccer, so I could make a perfect Valentine for him, decorating a heart with soccer balls. It looked so great that she decided to make a perfect Valentine for everyone. They would all be different because everyone liked different things. But they could all be red. Olivia made valentines for her mother, father, grandmother, William, but there were still more names on her list. She decided to take a little break and go outside. Olivia wandered around. I have the feeling I'm forgetting someone. Who else needs a perfect Valentine? Me, said a voice. It was Olivia's friend Francine. Francine's name was already on Olivia's list. Olivia invited her to come inside to make Valentines with her. Olivia made a Valentine for Francine, and Francine made one for Olivia. They promised not to peek at each other's card, so they would be a surprise on Valentine's Day. Then they both made Valentines for Daisy, Harold, and Julian. But Olivia still had the feeling she was forgetting someone. Mrs. Hagenmuller, Francine said, but she was already on Olivia's list. Olivia made a heart for her teacher and decorated with a picture of her pet turkey, chalk and a chalkboard and eraser. Then she made one for the postman, the firefighter. After that, Olivia couldn't think of anyone else to make a card for, and all this time, she thought she left somebody else. Well, I guess that's it, said Olivia. See you tomorrow, Francine replied. See you on Valentine's Day. In Mrs. Hagenmuller's class, the next day, Olivia passed out all her Valentines, and she received a bunch in return. Francine gave her hers and red stripes on it. I love it, said Olivia. Matches my favorite shirt. And I love the ribbon on my Valentine, said Francine. It matches my favorite ribbon. Julian looked at his card and smiled. How did you know I love music? And that I love Daisy, said Daisy. And that I love frogs, said Harold. Because you're my friends, replied Olivia. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. After school, Olivia walked around the neighborhood with her mom and passed out her Valentines. Thank you, Olivia, said the firefighter. It's perfect, said the postman. How did you guess that I collect stamps? That night at dinner, Olivia gave cards to everyone in her family. Thanks, Olivia, Ian said. I love soccer, but still she felt like she was forgetting someone. And then just before bedtime, it hit her. She forgot all about Perry and Edwin. They're part of our family too, Olivia exclaimed. How could I forget to make a Valentine for them? Don't worry, Olivia, Dad said. They know you love them. Now off to bed. All right. That's her dog and her cat that she forgot to make Valentines for. But I know what I can make them, Olivia exclaimed. I can put dog bones on Perry's card and cat treats on Edwin's card. I have an idea, Olivia, Mom replied. Why don't you tell them how much you love them and maybe give them some treats? Olivia thought about it and decided her mom was right. There probably was nothing better for them than a treat. Here are extra treats for being perfect pets, Olivia told him. I love you so much. Then it really was bedtime, and Mom had a special treat for Olivia. Edwin and Perry can sleep in your room tonight, Mom said. Now it really is a perfect Valentine's Day, Olivia replied with a happy yawn. Sweet dreams, Olivia, Perry, and Edwin, whispered Mom. Olivia cuddled up with her cat and dog and fell into a deep sleep. All right, let's do 5 Little Monkeys Teasing Mr. Crocodile. Oops,
Oh no.
there goes one of my monkeys. He doesn't want to see
Good thing
Mr.
Mr.
Crocodile
wasn't paying
today.
attention.
Huh?
Good thing Mr. Crocodile wasn't paying
Yep.
attention.
All right. Are you ready? Whoops, there goes another one. They know what's in store. All right. 5 little monkeys sitting in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. 4 little monkeys sitting in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. 3 little monkeys sitting in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. 2 little monkeys sitting in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. 1 little monkey sitting in the tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. Good job. I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day, and we'll see you later on. Don't forget to come by the library and pick up your kid. Have a great